Hi guys, today we're going to be doing a place value review. So before we get started, we want to take a look at the place value chart right over here. All right, I want you to notice that this is divided actually by my comma. That comma plays a very important role. It's going to divide two periods of place value. Right here, the blue is called the ones period. So that's where we talk about ones, tens, and hundreds. And I told my students that that's where second grade started, ones, tens, and hundreds. But the second part here is going to be the thousands period. All right, and notice over here, all of these end with the word thousands, okay? So I want you to notice something else, how these repeat themselves. So I have a ones, and then over here in the thousands, I have the thousands. I have tens over here in the ones period, and then notice, whoops, notice that the tens goes to 10,000 because now I'm in the thousands period. And then I have hundreds, but now I'm in the hundreds, I'm in the thousands period. So notice that that is duplicated. The 100 is here, just like I have the hundreds in the ones period. The 10 is here, just like I have a 10 in the ones period. And of course, the ones and the thousands identifies the two different periods. And the comma is in there to separate those two, and that's very important. Hi guys, we're looking right now at what is my value. So the first thing that I want us to do is I want us to start counting some things. So I'm going to come over here to my ones, and I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That shows me that I have 7 ones. All right, I'm also creating a little number over here, and we'll do that at the very end. So I've got, moving to my tens now, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. All right, I have just counted out 10 tens. And when I got to 10 tens, that shows me that I actually have 100. So I'm going to go ahead and write on here 100 so that I can remember that. Then I look over here at the other square, and I have 100 here. So how many groups of, well, how many groups of hundreds do I have? I have 2 hundreds. Now, we forgot to mark this 10. So how many groups of 10 do I have left? I have one group of 10 left. And then I go to my last part, and these are thousands. So I'm marking them as 1,000, and I can see I have 2 of them. So if I was writing this number, it's a 4-digit number. I have 2,000, remember that comma, 2,000. And then I had 200, and then I had 110 and 7 ones. So that is 2,000, oops, this is kind of messy. It should be a 7. 2,217. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go to the next slide. Okay, so we're going to take a look at this one, and again, we're going to see if we can ever combine into groups of tenders or bundles of 10. So I'm going to start with my ones, and I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That gives me a bundle of 10. I'm going to mark it. This is 10 right there. Then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, so I have 9 ones left over. I've got a group of 10s here, and I have 20, 30, 40. So I have 4 10s, which is 40. All right, and then I have this one right here is actually 1,000. So I have no hundreds and 1,000. So then I can put my number together. I had 9 ones, I had 4 tens, which equaled 40. I had 0 hundreds, but I have to hold the place. There's my comma, and I have 1,000. So I have 1,049. Okay, let's take a look at this one. This says, what is the value? And I want to remind you that we're keeping in mind this, place value chart. And we're working specifically in the ones period with the ones, tens, hundreds, and then just a little bit in the thousands. So let's start by counting as many ones as we can and try to bundle them into a group of tens. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I'm going to go ahead and I am going to bundle that group of 10, and then I'm going to actually label it 10 so I don't forget. And I'm going to find out how many ones are left over after I bundled my group of 10. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to say that there are 4 ones. Now really there's 14 ones, but I'm changing that bundle for a group of 10, so I'm going to put that in the tens. All right, let's count my tens. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is a bundle of 10 right here. Now this bundle of 10 is actually going to give me the value of 100. So I'm going to put 100 in the middle. It's kind of thin. It's kind of hard to see. All right, so now I'm going to see how many tens I had left over that I did not use. So I did not use this one, so that's 10. And I did not use this one, which is 20, so that's 2 tens. Oh, but I did use this one, so that's 30. So I have 3 tens, which equals 30. All right, next I'm going to start counting out my hundreds, and I'm going to see if I can bundle any into a group of tens. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. When I bundle these 10 hundreds together, that's actually going to give me the value of 1,000. So I have 1,000 right here. And then I had some tens that I did not use, some hundreds that I did not use. So now we need to start looking, and it's really important to label everything because when you go back to do hundreds, you don't want to miss any. Like it's easy to miss this one right here. All right, so I had 100 I did not use, I had 200 I did not use, and I did not use this one. So I have 300s left. Okay, and now I'm looking at how many thousands. I did not have any thousand place box, but what I did is I bundled them together and I created 1,000. So here is my total number. I had 4 ones, I had 3 tens, which had a value of 30, I had 3 hundreds, which had a value of 300, and I had 1,000. And notice when I say thousand, I put that comma in there too. Okay, now we're going to be reading the word and writing it. We're going to use the same skill that we've been practicing in class. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to circle my comma. This is going to separate the 2 periods. I had a ones period and I had a thousands period. And you know what? That thousands there to remind me that I'm in the thousands period when I get to that side. So I'm going to look at the ones period. It says 962. So I'm going to go ahead and write 962. Then I'm going to add that comma because it's going to separate the 2 periods. And I see 53,000. So I'm going to do 53,000. My number is 53,962. Let's try the next one. I'm going to use the same strategy where I circle my comma and I'm going to read the ones period. The ones period says 95. So I'm going to read 95. I know I need to put my comma in there. And I'm going to read the thousands period. Now I want you to notice something. I only have number 95, but I know that there are 3 places in the ones period. There is a ones place, a tens place, and there's a hundreds place. But I don't have any hundreds listed, so I have to put a 0 in there to hold its place. All right, now I'm going to read the thousands place. 812,000. So I'm going to write that 812,000. There's where that 1,000 goes. All right, 812,095. All right, let's try this one. Again, I'm going to use the same strategy. I'm going to come over here to my comma and I'm going to separate the ones period from the thousands period. This says 215. I can write that. 215. All right, I noticed my comma, so I'm going to go ahead and put it in because now I'm going to look at the thousands period. And you know what? I can usually see the word thousand right next to that comma. All right, this says 473,000. So I have to write 473 and make sure it's right next to the comma. 473,000. 9,215. All right, I'm going to come right here. I see my comma. I'm going to write what's over on this side in the ones period. It says 504. So if I were to write the number 504, means I didn't have any tens there. I know there's a comma, so I'm going to put my comma there. This says 9,000. 9,000. That means my 9 is right beside the thousands. I didn't have 6 digits in that one, nor did I have 5 digits. This just had a 4-digit number, 9,504. So when you're looking at that comma, that's really going to tell you where your thousands place is. All right, this is one that I love. It's called Guess My Number. So let's guess the number. First strategy that I want to tell you is that I would line up 6 spaces. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and line up 6 spaces. 1, 2, 3, comma, 1, 2, 3, because I'm looking at what I have. I have ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s. All right, so I've lined this up, and I'm going to look at the clues, and I'm going to figure it out. I have 5 ones. Oh, well, I'm putting it in the ones place. See my ones right there. The next clue, I have 2 tens. Well, here's my 10, so I'm going to stick 2 in my tens. I have 7 hundreds. All right, I've got 7 hundreds right there, and here's my hundreds place. I have 400,000. Whoa, I didn't say anything about the thousands or the 10,000s yet, so I need to go to 100,000s. That means that I have a 4 in the 100,000s. Okay, it's time to guess my number. Well, guess what? I have to fill those in with something. So I'm going to go ahead and fill those in with zeros. And now I'm going to practice reading this number. It looks like 400,725. And I am correct. Go me. All right, let's try another guess my number. I have 6 ones. Oops, Mrs. Hawkins forgot to put her 1, 2, 3. Comma, 1, 2, 3. All right, I have 6 ones, so I'm going to put my 6 right here in the ones place. I have 3 10,000s. Ooh, we're going over here. Now notice, I have to count over. I've got ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. Here's where my 10,000 goes, right here. I have 3. Oops, I have 3 of them. All right. I have 2 tens, so look right here. I've got 2 in the tens, and somehow my 3 went away. Put it back. All right, here's my next one. I have 9,000. Okay, 9 in the thousands, which is right here. Okay, I have 500s. All right, my hundreds is right here because that's in that ones period. Okay, guess my number. Well, guess what? We didn't end up using that first space, did we? So we have 39,526, and we are correct. Let's try another one. Let's get this ready first. How about that? 1, 2, 3, comma, 1, 2, 3. I'm running out of space. I have 7 ones. I'm putting my 7 in. I have 1 10,000. So let's take a look at where those 10,000s are. 10,000 is ones, 10, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s. So I have 1 10,000. I have 3,000s. Remember, that's going to be right next to the comma, 3,000s. I have 3 tens. That 3 is going to come over here to the tens. I have 2 hundreds. My 2 goes right here. I have 900,000. All right, 100,000 is going to be right out there on the edge. Okay, and guess my number. I have 913,237. And I'm correct. All right, let's try this one. We're going to guess my number again. Here we go. I have, oops, guess what I forgot? 1, 2, 3, comma, 1, 2, 3. I might use them all. I might not. I have 2 tens. I'm going to use that one. I have 2 10,000. So remember, ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000. Do you see where that 10,000s is? I have 2 10,000. I have 1 1. All right, there's my 1. Guess my number. All right, well, what I have learned is that you always have to put a 0 in to hold a place. So I have no hundreds and I have no thousands. Now, I don't have any 100,000s either, but I don't need to hold a place in front of the 2, just anything behind the 2. So I have the number 20,000, 20,021. All right, this next section is called What is it worth? So I did give you a little hint up here at the top. The 2 in 265,367, the value of the 2 is actually 2, but then it holds all those places. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to have 2, and then everything behind here becomes a 0. So I have 0, 0, comma, 0, 0, 0. So it has a value of 200,000. All right, the next one, I've got a 3. So my value starts with a 3, and notice I have to put zeros all behind it. So I have a 0 and a comma, because look, the 9 there, I put a 0, and then I put a comma where this comma is, and then 3 zeros after that. So it has a value of 30,000. The next one has an 8, and notice that there's only one space beside it. So I'm just going to put a 0 right there, which means that the value is 80 because there's 8 tens. That's why it has 80. All right, the value of the 5 right here. Notice that it's got a comma right beside it and then 3 spaces. So I'm going to put a comma and 3 spaces. It's because there are 5 in the thousands place. So it's worth 5,000. All right, this is a fun one right here. Because it says which number has a 4 in the 10,000s place. And I did try to trick you here. So let's take a look. I need the number 4 in the 10,000s place. So if I'm looking at the 10,000s place, I can see it's 2 over from the comma. So this is not it, this is not it, this is not it, this is not it. I have, actually, let's start right here. I see a 4 right there. That's not in the 10,000s place. Okay, so there's no other 4s in this one, so I'm going to eliminate that one. I see a 4 right here, but right after that, I see a comma. So I can look over here and I can see that that is my thousand. So this represents 4,000, not 4 10,000s. That would be 40,000. All right, I'm going to look up here and I see a 4 right here, and it is actually right next to the comma. So that tells me that I also, again, have the value of 4,000. So I'm going to get rid of that one. This one, I have a 4 right here, 2 places after my comma, which shows me that this has a value of 40,000 right there. That's 4 in the 10,000s. And I am correct. Okay, this is a great one too, because this one wants to know what is the value of the 6. So I go over here and I'm going to kind of circle the 6 right here, and I have to think, what is the value of that 6? So if you remember in the slides before, I said you take whatever number that is and you make everything else a 0 because it's holding that 6th place. So I see 600, put my comma, I drop my comma, 0, 0, 0. Which means that this has a value of 600,000. Notice it's all the way over on the far left, so it's 600,000. That's the value it has. All right, here's our next one. And I want to know what the value of the 3 is. So I've got a 3 right there. So if we follow what we've been doing, I drop the 3 down. I make everything else a 0 behind it. So I drop this 0 right there. I drop my comma. See, it's coming down. And then I put my 3 zeros right there. I notice that over here, it's in the 10,000s. And 3 10,000s equals 30 10,000s. All right, love this one because this one you get to write the numbers that are over here, over in the column where they belong. So let's start with the 8, this place right here. The 8 is in the ones place, so I'm going to use it right there. The 1 is in the tens place, so I'm going to put it right there. The 3 is in the hundreds place, so I'm going to place it right there. Okay, then I've got my comma, so now I'm going into my thousands period. Okay, my 7 is actually in the thousands because it's right next to that comma. The 5 is in the 10,000s because it represents 50,000. And then the last one, my 4, is in the 100,000s. Now I would read this number 457,318. Let's try this one. All right, just like before, this is going to be my ones place, so I have 7 ones. All right, my 6 is my tens place, so I'm going to have 6 tens. That represents 60. All right, the next one is a 0 because it's holding the hundreds. There are no hundreds, so I need to include that. All right, I see my comma, so I know I'm moving to the thousands period. So that means the number right after that comma will be 1,000. So I have 9 in the thousands. And then that one right next to it begins the 10,000s. So I have 2 in the 10,000s, which equals 20,000. And then my last one is 8 in the 100,000s, which equals 800,000. All right. Here, I want you to use these 4 numbers and create the biggest number and the smallest number that you can make. So when I'm thinking about building my biggest number, I want to find the biggest number there is. 7 is my biggest number, so I'm going to put that there. What's my next biggest number? My next biggest number would be a 5, so I'm going to put that there. My next biggest number would be a 4, and my last biggest number would be a 3. Now, in order to make this a number that we can say, we've got to use our comma. So the biggest number I can make with these is 7,543. Now, if I want to make the smallest number, I just change those numbers around. So what's the smallest one? 3. What's the next one? 4. The next one is a 5, and then the last one is a 7, and you do have to put a comma. So that would be 3,457. All right, guys, you have done it. You have done a place value review. I hope this will help you better understand place value and clear up some things you were unsure about. Till next time.